In this video, we're going to be talking about the question, where do you see yourself in 1 and 5 years? This question is very common, and it's also very straightforward in how people typically answer it. Usually for the 1 year portion of the question, they talk about what skills they want to hone in on in their first year as a nurse. And then for the 5 year portion of the question, most people talk about how they would like to become a preceptor, maybe a charge nurse, and then they talk about certifications that they might like to get, which tends to be more unit specific. So let's say you are interviewing for a step down, you could talk about how you would like to get your PCCN. If you're interviewing for ICU, you could talk about how you would like to get your CCRN, or get certified in things like continuous dialysis or ECMO. And then a lot of people wonder if they should mention goals that they have, like becoming a nurse anesthetist or a nurse practitioner. I think it's great to talk about how you want to further your education, but I wouldn't say anything that would give the impression that you will leave within a few years, because if they're interviewing you, they're trying to fill a staffing need. And if you leave, then you're not really helping them solve their problem. So now we're going to go into a couple example answers. These are from people who did one-on-one coaching who were kind enough to share their answers, which is really cool of them. So where do you see yourself in 1 and 5 years?
So for right now, I see myself just probably within like the next 2 years, just learning as much as I can as a nurse to grow. And maybe in like 5 years, I would love to possibly go back to school to get my nurse practitioner license, or maybe become a CRNA. But for right now, I'm just like excited to learn and to grow as a new nurse.
Okay. You kind of have to think about it like from their perspective. Like the things that might be helpful for them to hear from you is that maybe like at the 2 year mark, you'd be really interested in becoming a preceptor, or
Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested in doing that.
say that, or say like any kind of certifications. You could say that you'd love to become a charge nurse. And then for the ICU, you could say that you would love to learn how to do like ECMO and the continuous dialysis, because those are all kind of things that help them. Like the more people they have who are like capable of doing charge, it's like, or precepting, it kind of helps them with scheduling and like all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I think like if they get more nurses who are certified, it like helps them apply for magnet status and like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like where their head's at with that.
We'll definitely say like becoming a preceptor or charge nurse, continuation of education via certifications, learning new skills such as ECMO or continuous dialysis. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that for like med surge or ED, because they'll be like, oh, he actually wants ICU and doesn't even know it yet. He's not going to fit here.
I also say like actually one of my personal goals is really to become like really good at IVs. So maybe like becoming certified in like ultrasound guided IVs.
Yeah. So what are your short and long-term goals? Where do you see yourself kind of in 1 year and then in 5 years?
So in 1 year, I see myself possibly getting like certified in my department and in med surge. I see myself just honing in more on my skills, being the best nurse that I could be, just being more proficient at that. My 5 year goal would be to possibly obtain a preceptorship. I see myself teaching new nurses coming into the field, possibly being a charge nurse in my department. I just see myself being part of the committee, of learning different and applying different research knowledge, just being an educator within my department.
Where do you see yourself in 1 and 5 years?
In 1 year, I see myself being a confident, passionate nurse who has developed the skills and the qualities that I envision myself to be right now. So just to be that very well-seasoned qualified nurse. And in 5 years, I definitely plan on taking those skill set and possibly pursuing further education and getting my master's and seeing if I could possibly pursue leadership roles or leadership or management roles, and seeing where to go from there. But it's definitely being able to continuously acquire the skills and knowledge that I've gained over the years. And that's where I see myself.
Did you say anything about becoming like a preceptor or becoming a resource on the unit?
Oh, that's a good one. No, I didn't, but I should definitely add that. Yeah.
Yeah, resource. You could talk about wanting to become a preceptor, wanting to become a charge nurse.
Okay, yeah. Would that be like in the 1 year mark or
No.
like the 5 year mark?
You should talk about wanting to become really confident and solid in your skills so that, at the 5 year mark, you could then become a resource to others as either a preceptor or a charge nurse, and that you would love to become involved in any kind of committees to learn about different projects focused on improving patient care that are going on within the hospital to then bring back to your unit. And yeah, that you want to become a charge nurse, preceptor, and that you would also love to get any kind of certification like a PCCN or anything like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
PCCN is like the step down specific one though.
Yeah, I think it might work because like if they're like a combo of med surg and step down.
Yeah.
Where I see myself in 1 year, I see myself in this organization and just undertaking more leadership roles. I would love to one day be a preceptor to new graduate nurses like me, and also possibly becoming a charge nurse. And then my long-term goal, so where I see myself in 5 years, is I really want to get my CCRN certification and just be a mentor to nurses who, and just try to help shape the trajectory of future nurses.
Cool. Do you guys do any like certifications for continuous dialysis or like ECMO or anything like that?
I think not in school. Like you mean like
Oh no,
once
no, I mean like for the 5 years. Like, is that a thing?
Oh,
Does that make sense?
So I know that they do ECMO on this unit, but I'm not sure what the certifications are for that. So I'll have to look into it and see like how I could be certified. Because
Like
I mean that's something that I would love to learn how to do.
You could say just like as a general thing that you would love to acquire any additional skills that might be available, like ECMO or continuous dialysis. And then I don't know if there's any other examples that make more sense for your hospital, but those are like the typical ones that people say.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
you.
And then people
That's
also
really
talk
good
about
point.
like committees.
Okay.
Yeah.